new Model Y Performance. That night, while driving to his friend's house, they stumbled upon something crazy. The police cars just kept coming. Luke and his friends watched the footage multiple times afterward, trying to figure out what had happened. One possibility is that the guy exited the Maserati on the passenger side to make it look like he wasn't driving the car. Luke says it all happened so fast, they hadn't even realized what had occurred until the guy was already being arrested. They turned around and left the area as quickly as they could, and they had a long discussion about what they'd seen. But as crazy as that was, we have another video just like it. Roll the next clip. Actually, we've got 20 crazy clips lined up, so just sit back and relax. This next video is also from Texas. It's from a submitter who was driving his Model 3 in Houston when he saw a guy running and tripping. When he got closer, he noticed that the guy was being chased by the police. The guy made his way over to the exit ramp on foot while a police SUV struggled across the deep trench. Our submitter doesn't know what this was all about. He was just amazed that it was happening right in front of him. Julian was driving his Model 3 in El Paso, Texas. Man, what's with all these videos from Texas? Is it the new California ever since Tesla moved their headquarters? Anyway, Julian was driving down the highway when another driver tried to exit at the last second. They lost control and crashed into the barriers. Julian immediately called emergency services to notify them of the accident. He also sent them a copy of his Tesla cam footage. Joey was driving his Model Y in San Jose, California. Back to good old California. He was heading home from a party at a friend's house and decided to use surface streets instead of the highway. All of a sudden, he couldn't believe what was happening in front of him. Autopilot's automatic emergency braking feature activated after the car in front of him slowed down so suddenly. They both had to make evasive maneuvers to avoid being hit by a wrong-way driver in a Ford van. Joey had heard about this sort of thing happening at night, but he's never witnessed it in person, and he hopes he'll never have to witness it again. Next time, he'll be taking the highway home. This next video is from a submitter in Israel who was driving his Mustang when a Tesla owner wanted to show him what a Model 3 Performance can do. Well, that hurt to watch. And yes, this was recorded with a dashcam in a non-Tesla, so it's the perfect opportunity to shamelessly promote our dashcam channel that now has almost 80,000 subscribers. You don't want to miss it. Barry was driving his Model Y in Canton, Georgia for a date night with his girlfriend. Traffic started slowing down, but the driver behind them didn't notice. When first responders arrived at the scene of the accident, they checked out Barry, his girlfriend, and the other driver and determined they were all fine. Al was driving his Model 3 in Redwood City, California. He was on his way to the grocery store when he witnessed an accident. Al pulled over and got the contact information of both drivers. The police happened to be driving by a couple of minutes later, so they stopped and took a report. Who do you think was at fault here? Leave a comment. Patrick and his son Max approached a four-way stop a couple of blocks from their house on their way to get some late-night snacks. Patrick says he stopped and looked both ways before proceeding, but then a car came out of nowhere and he T-boned them. Patrick says he didn't have time to hit the brakes, but the Tesla did. That's fortunate. Otherwise, he would have hit the other car much harder and probably rolled it over. On the other hand, since the other car fled the scene, a rollover accident might have kept the other driver around. Patrick reported the accident to the police, but to no avail. He hasn't heard anything about it for about 2 weeks now. The estimated cost to fix his Tesla is about $3,200 US. Willie was driving his Model Y in Berkeley, California when he passed a troublemaker throwing objects at cars. Something hit the area just above the windshield on the passenger side of his Tesla. It was so loud he thought it was a brick. After looking at the footage and checking for damage, Willie thinks it might have been something softer like a water bottle. The right and rear camera footage recorded the guy throwing an object at the car following Willie too. Willie says he just took delivery of his car and didn't expect to catch a wham bam moment so soon. Welcome to the club, Willie. Gabriel was driving his Model 3 home from work in Los Angeles, California when he heard a loud bang. Gabriel isn't sure if he swerved and lost control or if a tire blew and that caused him to lose control. What got his attention was the loud bang, and he thinks that was the sound of a tire blowing up. Luckily, all other cars were far enough back that they had plenty of room to avoid causing more accidents. Gabriel pulled up next to the driver and made sure that he was fine.